Check, check. Mic check. We're good.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Coach Ginn's Court inside Ginn's Gym here in Hill City for this afternoon's varsity match between Alliance Bulldogs and the Hill City Rangers. I'm Landon Wiley. I'll be producing your live stream this afternoon, and it's this time I'll turn it over to Hill City Public Address announcer, Mr. Greg Schrader.
It's time for the voices of Hill City Ranger basketball. A 5'11" analyst from Winter, Blake Gardner. And a 5'8" play-by-play man from Hill City, Josh Dias.
All right, welcome to tonight's matchup between the Alliance Bulldogs and the Hill City Rangers. Thank you for joining us here on this beautiful, balmy Saturday afternoon. This is Blake Gardner along with Josh Dias. Let's get right into some graphics, shall we?
Yeah, let's do it. I'm tired from running up here. A little late. A second.
So this is a graphic that Landon's created here that we really like. It's headlines from around the state of South Dakota. You know, Coach Poppy over in Avon, 500th career win. That's a huge milestone for him, and it's a testament to his 25-year career. Viborg Hurley with an overtime win over Baltic.
Yeah, I watched that game. They just escaped there. They were losing by 2 points and ended up getting fouled on a three-pointer right at the buzzer and went to the free throw line, made all three to win by 1 point.
On the girls' side, Pia Luta holds Spearfish to 18 points. They look like world beaters right now. Lennox on the girls' side, 58-28 over West Central. Our friends to the south, Edgemont picks up a win over Hemingford, Nebraska. And then O'Gorman, 16 assists per game at Rapid City Stevens' 5-game win streak. Some stat of the day.
All right, now here, the South Dakota girls varsity all-time coaching records through this year. Jim Bridge was 636 wins. You can see the names on there, I think.
Number 6, Brad Poppy, is who we're trying to highlight here with. He actually picked up his 500th win. You know, Ron Detterman was in Burt Gregory area, Tibbetts. Sioux Falls area, Van Vlaken at Parkston, Don Seiler in Aberdeen, Jim Bridge at Hanson. So really some legendary names in the state of South Dakota.
Yeah, we're real close to getting ready to go here. So let's talk a little bit about this game. The Hill City Ranger girls taking on the Alliance Bulldogs. If you're watching from Alliance, thank you for joining us. Obviously located there in Alliance, Nebraska. They play in the Western Conference down there in Nebraska. Head coach is Mackenzie Foster. 199 wins, so real close to a milestone there, 200 wins. Last season, finished 4, and I didn't see the second part. It flashed too quickly. This year they are sitting, I think, at 4 and 9 are the Alliance Bulldogs there coming into Hill City. The Hill City Ranger girls just got to the 500 mark, I think, went to 6-6 with their victory over Phillip last night. So we're looking forward to a good one. Don't know a whole lot about Alliance, but
here's that game from last night where the Rangers beat the Phillip Scotties, scored 82 points. That was a nice game for the Rangers. We both agree we haven't done a lot of study on Alliance, but they were up here for volleyball, so we saw Alliance here, and then game recap from Bellefouche.
Yeah, so that was I think on Tuesday night. But I was just going to say about Alliance. Team that Hill City went down and played at Alliance last year, so now they came to Hill City. Welcome them in. And if you're from Alliance, we're glad to have you. Go ahead and like and subscribe on the YouTube channel. I think that gives Landon some points for what's the game that you prefer? Bubble Popper or something like that.
Candy Crush.
Candy Crush. Might get points for Candy Crush with those likes.
We'll turn it over to Greg Schrader, our PA announcer. Enjoy.
Good afternoon and welcome to Gins Gym for the basketball matchup between the Alliance Bulldogs and your Hill City Rangers. Please rise for the playing of the national anthem. All right, we'll start out by introducing our Hill City cheerleaders. Layla Williams, Daisy Williams, Lucy Schock, Isa Villalobos, Josie Winter, and Anna Winter. The cheerleaders are coached by Rudy McDaniel Dewey and assisted by Tracy Anderson. And now for the starting lineups, starting with the visiting Bulldogs. A 5'6" junior, number 4, Brooke Bailey. A 5'5" junior, number 11, Paz Cody. A 5'6" freshman, number 13, Reese Armstrong. A 5'3" freshman, number 22, Brinley Lonick. And a 5'8" freshman, number 24, Olivia Kretschy. The Bulldogs are coached by Mackenzie Foster, assisted by Heidi Mannion, Reve Fries, and Jordan Hooper.
And now, the starting lineup for your Hill City Rangers! A 5'4" senior from Palmer Gulch, number 3, Elena Dean. A 5'5" senior from South Rockerville, number 5, Daryl Branson. A 5'11" senior from the Valley, number 10, Kinsey Delavu. A 5'7" senior from South Rockerville, number 14, Andy Branson. And a 5'9" senior from Major Lake, number 22, Naya Ginsburg. The Rangers are coached by Anna Eckert and assisted by Travis Santasteven and Travis Eckert. Let's play Ranger ball!
All right, ready to go here this afternoon. It looks like Delaveau jumping up for the Rangers. And therefore, Alliance is, can't see what number that is, Blake. Bellevue wins the tip for the Rangers, controlled by Anna Dean. Looks like the Bulldogs come out in a man-to-man defense here. Ginsbaugh with the basketball, guarded there by Bailey. Tries to get it over to Franzen, and that ball will be thrown out of bounds, turn it over to the Bulldogs. Bulldogs are a young team. We were talking about that when they were announcing the lineups. Looks like a couple freshmen and three freshmen and two juniors starting there, yeah.
So high screen and roll offense, nice roll there, and ball's going to be knocked out of bounds. Krejci set a really good hard ball screen and rolled. In the JV game, they ran a lot of ball screen action, did Alliance, and nice set play out of the stack there for number 13, Reese Armstrong. So she gets on the board.
Yeah, Rangers come out in a man-to-man defense here. They'll play a little bit of zone. They've played a little bit of zone this year, but mostly man-to-man. So the Rangers work the ball around the perimeter. Dean now reverses it over to Franzen. Andy Franzen now gets the ball over to Nia Ginsbaugh. Rangers really working the ball around the perimeter. Alliance doing a real nice job of controlling the paint at this point. Dean tries to drive into the paint and gets the ball stolen there. So 2 possessions for the Rangers, 2 turnovers, something that we've talked about throughout the season. If they can control the turnovers, they have a chance to be a good team. Nice three-pointer there, up and in.
Paz Cody.
Paz Cody. So Alliance off to a nice start here, off to a 5-0 lead. Dean gets right to the rim, and that one rolls off. Rebounded there by Armstrong. She'll bring the ball up the court. It's guarded by Delaveau.
Yeah, and this is a perfect start for Alliance here, Josh. Is not a ton of energy in the gym, trying to create some energy by themselves, playing good defense and really attacking the rim right there, working the ball inside. And so Cody will go to the free throw line. Excuse me, that'll be Bailey to shoot 2. And that'll be the first team foul, and the first foul on number 22, Nia Ginsbaugh.
Bailey's first free throw is up and in. Yeah, so couldn't have asked for a better start if you're a Bulldog fan. 2 shots, 2 makes, and then Bailey gets the free throw line, puts her first one in. Second one on the way, and going to be short, but she comes down with the rebound. Bailey gets it inside there to Krejci. Going to be a jump ball, going to stay with the Bulldogs. Yeah, you talked about just kind of a Saturday afternoon. We have a pretty decent crowd, but it doesn't feel like they've really got going yet here at Gins Gym.
Yeah, that's how you do it. You use your defense to create some offense and create some, generate some energy.
Yeah, we talked about that. That's something that Andy Franzen really brings to the court. She's a hustle player, and she can generate those turnovers. Daryl Franzen with the basketball almost stuck in the corner. It's going to go out to Nia Ginsbaugh. She's going to take the deep 3. Just short, rebounded there by Lonick of the Bulldogs. Armstrong, guarded by Delaveau. Dribbles to her left, gets to the elbow. There's that quick hands there by Franzen again. Shot's going to be up short by Lonick, but she's going to be fouled on the play. Foul's going to be called on. Looks like that's Andy Franzen. It'll be her first. Team second. Lonick to shoot a pair. First one on the way and good. So Macy Ham and Lily Ham check into the ball game for the first time. Bulldogs with a 7-0 lead. 5:34 left to play here in the first quarter. Second one on the way and also good. So the Rangers spot the Bulldogs 8 points here. See if they can get going offensively. Just feels a little, the rhythm isn't feel like it's right there for the Rangers right now. That's Andy Franzen. She's going to dribble, but she'll be fouled on the play. Foul's going to be called on Paz Cody. That'll be her first, team's first.
Yeah, and I think Coach Eckert went to the Ham girls right off the bat here to try to generate some energy, right? Lily Ham, one of the more gifted scorers for this Ranger team. I'd expect them to go to her down in the block, maybe something that she can get going to the rim here. There's that shuffle cut for Elena Dean. Nice set play. Dean gathers herself, kicks it out. And Alliance doing a nice job. They just kind of play that pack line defense where they're just sagging in and they're making it tough. They want the Rangers to beat them from the outside.
Yeah, they did do a nice job. That was much better ball movement by the Rangers. They had a couple shots that weren't the best shots. She was able to get it to Dean and found the layup.
Dean scored on that one.
Dean, yeah.
So Dean gets them off the schneid, 8-2, just under 5 minutes left here in the first quarter. Fake handoff, Ham going to work out to her sister, Macy Ham. Three-pointer is up and won't go. Lily keeps it alive. Franson to Dean. She's going to organize.
One thing that Lily Ham will bring to the table, the offensive rebounds. There's that back screen, gets it into Dean. Now Ham. Still Rangers control the basketball. Franson's going to get into the paint, goes up off the board. What I was going to say is Lily Ham does a really nice job for the Rangers. Keep giving them extra possessions on the offensive glass. She did a great job of that last night against Phillip, especially in the second half, and really kind of allowed the Rangers to stretch out that lead there last night.
Yeah, nice read there that time by Lonick, who rejected the screen, kicked the ball down. Shot on the way is no good. And I tell you what, Krejci just battles down there. She wants the ball and definitely outworks some Rangers there. Nice throw ahead by Dean to Ham, and the Rangers battling back, Josh.
Yeah, I found their offensive rhythm just on that one possession, and you get that first one to go, and sometimes it kind of takes the lid off the basket and makes you up your energy defensively, and they create another turnover there just with the quick hands of Ham. The Ham girls both came in on that just didn't feel like really the Rangers were in rhythm, and immediately when they came in, they kind of brought the energy for the Rangers here.
Yeah, and if you're watching from Alliance, you know the Rangers, pretty deep team. They can play a lot of different ways, very versatile. Here's Lily Ham going to work on the left side. We joke that even though she's right-handed, she might be better on the left side of the court than she is on the right. Schreier posting up.
Yeah, Schreier
good
just
help
checked
there,
into the
though.
ball game. You're right, the Bulldogs really like to play that pack line defense, or really daring the Rangers to beat them from the outside or create a turnover like that, which happens there. So 6-8 now. The Bulldogs still with that 2-point lead. If you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and let us know where you're watching from, who you're cheering for. We'll try to give you a shout out on the air here.
Krejci sets a ball screen here for Lonick.
Lonick rejects it. Yep. She just goes straight to the right, split the double team, and got the layup to go. So nice move there by Lonick.
4 points here tonight for Lonick. She's the leading scorer in the game. Rangers back the other way. High UCLA cut for Dean. I really like that set play. Dean now has 4 points, and the Rangers claw back to within 2.
You think it's funny because Dean, of course, the smallest girl out there on the court, and they've found her on that UCLA kind of over the top 2 times now, got into the paint. It's gave the Rangers some good offense there.
Yeah, Schreier will pick up a reach-in foul there, and that'll be her first, so team's third.
Benzel will check into the ball game for the first time for the Bulldogs. She's going to give Lonick a break here.
So a little confusion on the baseline out of bounds play, and Dean gets a steal, and Dean can impact the game in a lot of different ways. Her defense, her pushing the ball up the court. Nice find there by Ham, and right on cue, left-hand layup for Lily Ham.
That was the Ham to Ham. Lily Ham posting up, and Macy found her over the top with that left hand. So ties the ball game up here at 10. 2:23 left to play in the first quarter. It's going to be a foul on Elena Dean. Actually, it's going to be an offensive foul.
Yeah, I think that was the right call. I just don't think he sold it the greatest, but definitely I thought Elena did a good job of sliding over. She was in legal guarding position, and then the Alliance player, I don't think they ever reported a foul. Maybe it was just a travel, I'm not sure. But it's 10-10. Coming back the other way. Nice move there by Bailey to split the defense and high off the glass. Good run in transition, 12-10 lead for the Bulldogs.
Schreier with the ball at the top of the key, gets over to Dean. Ham's going to post up here, and Dean gets it into Lily Ham. There's Lily with her left hand, gets that to go. Lily has just the ability to, sometimes she doesn't look the smoothest out there, but she's a bucket getter. She makes them go most of the time. Good steal there by Franzen, and going to be a foul there on the breakaway. That foul's going to be on Armstrong. for the Bulldogs. Ginsball check back into the ball game, and also Lonick checks back into the ball game for the Bulldogs. 12-12 here. Minute and a half left to go here in the first quarter. Ginsball with the basketball over to Schreier.
Yeah, so the Rangers kind of running an inside triangle, just trying to get that back screen, and off to the races here for the Bulldogs. Missed layup, but that was
Armstrong there. Now Dean the other way quickly. Going to be a turnover there. Those are the ones where just take that extra second, make a good pass, make sure you control the basketball if you're a Ranger fan.
Yeah, that's 5 turnovers already in the first quarter for the Rangers, and typically you want, 10 to 12 turnovers in a game, so they're well ahead of that pace.
It's the one Achilles heel that this Ranger team has. When they value the basketball, they can be a pretty good ball club. It makes it tough when you're giving the other team multiple extra possessions. So three-pointer on the way, going to be just short by Lonick. She comes down with the rebound there. Good battle by Lonick. Keep the ball at the Bulldogs' end.
Yeah, one thing to watch on the screen and roll, Josh, so they actually go high elbow pro post here to Bailey, going to be knocked out of bounds, late whistle. So when they run that screen and roll, the Rangers are there to help on the block, but nobody is helping on the weak side. So 2 times the Bulldogs were able to get layups on the backside. So just keep your eyes on that. We'll see if the Rangers make any adjustments there.
Foul there. The third player round play that you see pretty much everybody run nowadays, and it usually works 80% of the time. I always find it interesting, but they were able to draw the foul there. It's going to be Armstrong will go to the free throw line. That foul's on Delaveau. It's her first, team's fourth. First one's going to be short here.
Yeah, we like that screen the screener, third player around. Josh often says that you see it run in first, second grade basketball all the way up to the NBA. They run it.
Second one on the way and good. So the Bulldogs take a 1-point lead here. 40 seconds to go here in the first quarter. It's Daryl Franzen with the basketball. She gets it over to Ginsbach. Reverse the ball here from Schreier back to Ginsbach. There's Lillingham on the low post with that left hand up off the glass and good. So the Rangers with a 1-point lead here. 15 seconds left to go, first quarter.
Yeah, Lily is such a weapon for the Rangers, a 6-foot sophomore. She just continues to get better. And Ginsbach with the steal out on the top of the key, covers the ball, then throws it out of bounds with 2 seconds left.
Got good defense there by Naya. She just couldn't quite control the basketball, never really had control.
So don't want to foul if you're a Ranger with 4 fouls here, 1, and that's how the quarter will end.
Yeah, so a tight one thus far. Rangers lead the Bulldogs 14-13, kind of in a back and forth affair. Bulldogs jump out to the big 8-0 lead, then the Rangers just kind of fought back, found their rhythm, and take the 1-point lead here.
Yeah, and if you're a Ranger fan, I think you feel pretty good about surviving the the early onslaught there of down 8-0. And, for Alliance, Lonick with 4 points and then 3 for Bailey, Cody, and Armstrong. They've gotten to the line 2, 4, 6 times already, so they're being aggressive, pounding the ball inside. On the flip side, the Rangers, Lillingham, 6 points, all with their left hand. Boy, we're really zoomed in
That's
here,
what
aren't
I
we?
thought, too. Kind of a close-up.
4 points for Dean, 2 for Ham, and 2 for Franson. So,
yeah, I'm impressed with the Alliance Bulldogs thus far. They've just come out and thrown that first punch, and the Rangers were able to take it. And close ball game right now. I expect to kind of see that as the game moves on.
Yeah, as former coaches, we always say, you want to win the first 2 minutes of every quarter, and so here as we start the second quarter, looks like Rangers will start with the ball. We'll see how the first couple minutes go here.
Lisa Johnson, 8-7-4-3. Let's go, girls. Great way to start and come back. Watching from Rochester, Minnesota.
Thanks for joining us, Lisa. Hope all is well there. And the Rangers come back out, and Alliance stays man-to-man. Demi Schreier, nice deep post-up. Head was almost directly under the rim, and when you can get that deep on your post-up, that's a good sign.
Yeah,
so
great post up there by Demi. And the other thing is sometimes, when that post player is working and the wing player doesn't throw it into him, it just kind of can be a letdown to that post player. So good job by, I'm not sure who passed that in there, but to see that, get her the basketball, and good finish by
that was
Schreier.
Daryl Franson Fetter. So Delavue almost gets a steal. So the Rangers will go Delavue, Schreier, Ham, Franson, and Ginsbaugh. Ginsbaugh gets a steal, quickly gets it to Franson.
Yeah, good backdoor cut there, but then just better help side defense by Nia Ginsbaugh to steal that ball away. The Rangers going to set their offense up here. Delavue from the top of the key, three-pointer, going to be off to the right. Good hustle there by Ham. Keep the ball alive, but then the Alliance comes down with it. It's Armstrong on the run, going to be knocked out of bounds by Franson, and looks like we've got a player down here.
It looks like Lonick. Her and Ginsbaugh got tangled up going for the ball, and Lonick she's up now. I hope she's okay, and Ginsbaugh's walking to the other end, and she's a crucial player for the Bulldogs. She has 4 points here early on, and there was one possession where she started with the screen and roll. The ball got moved around the perimeter and all the way back to her, so she got a 3. But she seems to be fine as she's walking off the court now, and hope that we see her back here shortly. Checking into the game will be Andy Franson and Elena Dean for the Rangers. I didn't catch who caught in. It looks like that's number 32, Kiki Adams for the Bulldogs.
Ball down on the floor is going to be tied up.
Yeah, we talked, Josh, about how young this team is. Only one senior on the roster. So, Alliance obviously building for the future and got a lot of positives here early on in this game. 16-13, the Rangers lead. Ball's going to be that deep corner, baseline out of bounds play, sideline out of bounds play.
Yeah, we talk about it a lot of times. That's just a tough place to enter from, but they get it in pretty easily there.
So Cody with a good hard drive baseline. Nice job by Ham to get their rule of verticality. She is straight up, and Dean pushes the ball back the other way. Nobody's going to pick her up. Right to the rim, Elena Dean, coast to coast.
Yeah, nice job by Dean recognizing that nobody picked her up. She just went right to the rim and says, if you're going to give me that lane, I'm going to take it and score it. So timeout here by Alliance. What'd you do, move the camera?
No, I haven't touched the camera, but we talk about the first 2 minutes of the quarter, and the Rangers come out with a 4-0 run. And I think that's a really good timeout by the Alliance coach there, just to say, hey, let's calm down a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. I think maybe just kind of settle the offense. Obviously, Lonick goes out, so you bring a new player in. Make sure that everybody understands what their position is defensively, so you don't want to give up those easy ones. They've done a nice job of that until that possession right there, really, making the Rangers work for everything offensively.
Yeah, and early on, the Rangers just were stagnant. They got down 8-0, and you've seen it here in the last few minutes, using defense to create offense. Even there, a steal on this end. Nobody picks Elena up, and she goes coast to coast.
And we talk about the Rangers being a pretty deep ball club. They play 10 girls, so it is kind of a luxury as a coach to have, hey, if this group isn't, getting it done, I got 5 other girls I can put in there and get the combination that works that night. So.
Yep, back to action here as Alliance looks to trigger it in. The Rangers will pick them up full court, man-to-man, it looks like. So actually, it might be that 1-2-1-1 zone here.
Yeah, it does look like that. They're going to try to trap that pass there and keep the ball out of the middle if they can. Right here is where the Rangers will look to trap. Going to be a foul there on Dean. So real close, 25 seconds on the shot clock. So they were essentially just milliseconds away from getting that 10-second call. But Dean picks up the foul. That'll be her first and team's first.
Now, defensively, the Rangers fall back into a zone. It looks like 2-3 zone here, so we'll see how. Oh, and they jump it. We'll see how Alliance wants to attack that. I don't know. We haven't seen a lot of the run and jump out of them, have we?
They've played zone a little bit, but you're right. They usually just play kind of a packet in zone instead of running and jump it. There's going to be a second foul on Elena Dean. So it's that run and jump. You want to be aggressive, try to trap the ball, but sometimes that carries over to times where you've got to back down the aggressiveness. Right there, Dean just a little overly aggressive on the shot. It's going to send.
Kiki Adams will go to the line to get Alliance on the board in this quarter, and she does. And so,
yeah, and that'll send Dean to the bench. Daryl Franzen will check into the game for Dean with those 2 fouls.
And Alliance already 5 out of 7 at the free throw line, so they're shooting it well. Make it 6 of 8 at the free throw line. The Rangers look to push the ball back the other way. And again, you know, somebody might look and they say, well, the Rangers haven't shot any free throws yet. There's Ham, what a finish. She's so athletic. So that's 8 points for Lily Ham. I think she's a rising star, don't you, Josh?
Absolutely, a sophomore. You know, we saw her get a lot of minutes last year, and she's just getting better. It feels like she's almost growing into her athleticism, and so I think over the next couple of years, you can really see her game take off even more.
Yep. Yeah, I didn't finish my thought there. The Rangers haven't been to the line yet, but, you know, Alliance has done such a good job of pounding the ball inside and drawing contact. So yeah, inside screen here. The Rangers run that triangle looking to feed inside, and they do to Ginsbaugh. Ginsbaugh turnaround jumper. Nice pass by Daryl Franzen.
Yeah, and this is interesting. The Rangers are being very intentional about posting up strong and getting into the post. They're doing a really nice job of that tonight. Rangers steal it. Andy Franzen over to Lily Ham. Lily Ham's fouled on the play, so she'll go to the free throw line. So there's the first free throw line visit for the Rangers. Nice strong move by Lily Ham. Can't get the bucket to go, but does earn the 2 throws. Foul's going to be called on Bailey. It's her first, team's first. Looks like Benzel will check back into the ball game. She'll give Adams a break, who gave the Bulldogs a couple good minutes there, made 2 free throws. Ham's second one up and good. Actually, no good. There's going to be a lane violation there on Franzen, so that'll wipe that free throw off the board. 1 out of 2. Rangers lead by 8 here. 5:27 left to go in the first half.
And the Rangers are just creating chaos running around, and Franzen tips it. And
yeah, and that's what happens sometimes. The Rangers didn't steal the basketball, but it looked like it just sped the Bulldogs up. And they put up a quick shot, probably a shot that maybe isn't your first choice, and that's what sometimes the press can do even if you don't get a steal.
Yeah, good sign. Lonick checking back into the game for the Bulldogs, so good to have her back. Like you said, the Rangers being very intentional about going inside. Tough fadeaway jumper for Ginsbaugh, and then Ham just collects it and puts it back, no problem. That gives Ham 11 points. So she's really been the engine behind the Rangers offense coming off the bench.
That nice steal there by the Rangers at half court, and good look ahead by Andy Franzen to find Lily Ham there, and she'll be fouled again and go to the free throw line here to shoot a pair.
I think that's on Lonick, so that'll be Lonick's first.
So the Rangers have stretched the lead out to 10 points at this point. First free throw on the way and good.
So Lily with 12 points, and like we said, she's really done the heavy lifting on the Ranger offense. Second one just rattles out, so she's 2 of 4 at the free throw line. Bulldogs look to push, almost looked like they wanted to run a sideline break. Ball is centered to Cody.
I think she's 2 out of 3. You can't give her a missed free throw on a lane violation, can you? When it wasn't her violation?
I don't know. And there was, I don't know if you guys saw that. That was that backside rotation, and Andy Franzen was just a step late, but you know, that's where the Bulldogs have been trying to attack as they get to the baseline, draw the double team, and then feed that pass across the way there. And
yeah, nice job by the Bulldogs to find that weakness, I guess. So that'll send Krychek to the free throw line. She makes the first one into the ball game. Checks back Schreier and Aspen Veneklassen for the first time this afternoon. Second one going to be another lane violation.
What's the call?
So.
Is that against her? Now, she actually crossed that time. But I'm just telling you.
I don't think it's a shot attempt. It's a violation.
It's got to be.
I don't think it is.
Somebody Google it and send it to us.
Please
1-2-2 zone. Nope, they are man-to-man. It just looked like a zone the way they started.
You were looking at me arguing and not watching the game.
Ball moves around the perimeter. Again, feel free to hit that mute button if you're at home, and we don't blame you one bit. Veneklassen posting up deep into the paint. Ball moves around the perimeter. Ginsbaugh going to work. She has Bailey on her backside, and it's going to be a travel there by Franson. And, you know, that's, I think, the first turnover here in the second quarter for the Rangers. And
yeah, and that's one where, to me, Ginsbaugh really had nice post position. They've been doing it all afternoon with good success. That's one where you like to see that go into the post there. So now that Bulldogs do a nice job of breaking the press that time. Going to be a three-pointer from the top of the key, just short there, and then now Dean comes down with the basketball. She's so quick, usually can beat the defender down the court. Gets it over to Venna Clausen. Venna Clausen back to Ginsbaugh for the wide-open three-pointer, and that one is good. When Naya has just that rhythm, she steps up and knocks it down. Had a really nice game shooting the basketball last night and knocks that one down here tonight. Going to be a carry, so that pressure just speeding up the Bulldogs, making them a little bit uncomfortable here in this quarter.
yeah, that last possession, I know it wasn't inside out on purpose, but really good job at Dean to collect herself, throwing it to Venna Clausen, who had the poise to go find Ginsbaugh on the perimeter. So Rangers fake that high screen there with Dean that time and just didn't really counter out of it, but Dean didn't run through on the UCLA rub, and they find
another
Ham.
good post entry. Nice job by Macy Ham posting up, and she gets the left-hand layup to go. So Rangers now up by 15, 31-16. 3 minutes left to go here in the first half. Shot going to be put up there by Bailey and knocks it down. So nice shot there by Bailey to get the three-pointer to go and
That's
stem the Ranger tide here.
That's the first field goal for the Bulldogs here in the second quarter. So Bailey has 6 points tonight for Alliance.
Got Schreier down there, good post position, but can't get the layup to go. And back quickly come the Bulldogs. Another three-pointer on the way. Boy, that was right on target from where we're standing, just a little bit deep, but they come down with the offensive rebound. And normally when you get offensive rebounds, good things happen for your team. That time, Bailey, I think that is Bailey will earn herself a trip to the free throw line to shoot a pair here. Foul is going to be called on Macy Ham, her first. Team's fourth for the Rangers. Bailey shot up just short. And Kinsey Delaveau checked back into the ball game. She'll give Nia Ginsbaugh a break here.
So Bailey will shoot her second. Elena Dean still in the game with 2 fouls. It's the only Ranger in foul trouble right now that's on the court. So the Rangers run a sideline break as Bailey made her second one.
Ham with the basketball, gets it into Delaveau. Delaveau from the post, just off the front end of the rim. Rebounded there by Krajcek of the Bulldogs. Bailey gets the ball stolen away by Ham. Quickly up ahead to Dean. Dean's going to get to the right-hand side. Going to get fouled on the play by
Lonick, that's her
Lonick.
second. So we talked about the importance of the first 2 minutes of this quarter, and 2:14 left here. If you're Alliance, you're saying, hey, let's close this gap. Let's get it to a 5 or 6 point. And if you're the Rangers, you're saying, hey, let's get this thing to 13, 14, or 15 here. So first one is up and good for Elena Dean.
Got a 12-point lead here for the Rangers, and like you said, if you're a Bulldog fan, you'd like to see them get it underneath 10 points. That 10-point double-digit lead just feels different than a 9-point lead. Three-pointer on the way, put up by Ham, not going to be fought down. Yeah, it looked like it could have been a foul there against Dean, but they let him play. Lonick now with the basketball. Gets it over to Bailey. Bailey swings it up to Armstrong. Shot on the way, going to be just off. Rebounded there by the Bulldogs. Now Bailey on the interior, can't get that one to go. And now Dean looks to push for the Rangers. Gets it over to Schreier. Schreier over to Delaveau, and Delaveau gets the left-hand layup to go. So
yeah, really nice unselfish play by Schreier to find Delaveau on the left-hand side. And, you know, Dean has a special power, the ability to make a transition 3-on-2. It's an advantage when she gets the ball and gets going.
yeah, turnover there. I didn't see what happened. It was right in front of the crowd, so I'm not sure, but the turnover was called. So Rangers basketball here, minute 28 left to play in the first half. 14-point lead right now for the Rangers. Ham over to Dean. Dean's going to take the straight-on three-pointer, going to be left, and that'll go out of bounds. over to the Bulldogs.
Eden Wilderman's going to check in here for Elena Dean. I like that move. Dean with 2 fouls. You don't want to have her pick up her 3rd foul with 1:15 left.
Aspen Veneklassen almost steps in and get that ball, but it's going to stay with the Bulldogs. Kind of drug the foot on the jump stop there, so it'll turn it over to the Rangers here.
And I like this. I like giving Eden a little bit of varsity time here in a kind of a controlled environment. And I mean, I think she's the future, right, of our. She's a good guard that can handle the ball. You know, you put her and Lily Ham. You start thinking about next year already. And Eden's a really good player.
Yeah,
just an 8th grader.
Also a junior here, so gets it into Macy Ham. Macy kicks it out to Schreier. Then now Wilderman with the 3-pointer on the way. Going to be just short. Rebounded there by Bailey. And the Bulldogs look to push. And I'm not sure what happened there. Everybody stopped, but no whistle was blown. I think the ball went off the official.
I think the ball went out of bounds, but the official had his back to and his partners didn't help him out.
Yeah.
There was a game we were coaching. There's 27 seconds left here in the quarter, and it'll be a jump ball, and it'll go to the Rangers. We were coaching a game in Custer one time, and the ball was thrown towards our bench. I was standing up, and I was mad, and I just hit the ball back into play, and they I'm coaching. And never blew the whistle, and we got the ball and went in for a layup.
The Custer crowd was going
crazy.
Nuts. What is going on here?
20 seconds left here, and 14-point lead for the Rangers. We'll see if they play for one in this scenario. Rangers typically are pretty aggressive, and they just get the first good shot that they can get, and they move the ball around and
turn it over. It's going to turn over to the Alliance Bulldogs. 5 seconds left to go here in the first half. See if they can get a shot off. Down 14. Be a big shot if they could. Try to scratch back a little bit closer. Shot 3/4 court. Not going to go. So after the first half, the Rangers lead the Bulldogs 34-20. Good second quarter there for the Rangers after the 1-point lead after the first quarter. We will take a couple-minute break, and we will be right back to visit about the first half and talk about the second coming up.
All right, welcome back here to Hill City. You just saw a half-court shot made for the pop shot there. So nice job
tempting
by,
the half quarters today.
I guess. All right, so quick recap. Here's the Rangers with a 14-point lead, 34-20, and Lily Ham leading the way for the Rangers with 12 points. Elena Dean chipping in 7. For the Bulldogs, leading the way is Brooks Bailey with 7 points. So I felt like, the Rangers got down early, 8-0, and then, Lily and Macy Ham came in, gave a little bit of juice, and then the rest of the team just responded. I felt like defensively, you think about that, Alliance goes up 8-0 early on, and you hold them to 12 points for the rest of the quarter and a half.
Yeah, that second quarter, the Rangers went to that 1-2-2 kind of trapping zone, full court press, really sped the Bulldogs up offensively, created some turnovers, and obviously the Rangers were able to turn those turnovers into points and kind of stretch the lead out to 14 points here.
Absolutely. Hey, let's give a shout out to Landon Wiley, our graphics guy. He's always got the ticker on the bottom that does the South Dakota score feed, but he, for this game, has added the Nebraska score feed across the top for your viewing pleasure.
Yeah, people from Alliance can see what's going on in Nebraska and South Dakota, and people in South Dakota can see what's going on in Nebraska, too.
Speaking of Nebraska, let's check out their media poll, as Landon is just the master of graphics here.
Yeah, I think Alliance plays in Class B in Nebraska there, so it looks like Bennington is the #1 rated team, 16-0. We don't know much about these teams at all, but obviously 16-0. Whenever you can get to 16-0, you probably have got a pretty good team there. Obviously Sidney, Nebraska over here. Most of those other teams, they must be East Nebraska. I don't know them that well, but so that is the Class B Nebraska poll.
Great
analysis.
Great guess, Lewis and Clark there.
All
right, but we do have the Class B District 8 standings, and here it is. You can see Sidney leading the way, Gehring just under 500. There's Alliance, and then Scotts Bluff right at 500. Scotts Bluff's got the really cool court deal. Is that right?
Yeah, it's about a $100,000 projector system that they're using for their intros. I saw that the other day on social media. That's pretty fancy.
Yeah, so that looked good. Let's jump into did we review the Class A media poll?
We did not before the game here. So Class A media poll.
In South Dakota, Class A media poll, yep.
Yeah, Mock-Pialuta is going to be rated #1 in the state here, the only undefeated team left in Class A. And we talked about this at the Belle-Fourche game. They beat Lennox at the Hanson Classic, so that is Lennox #2 there, their only loss. Hill City Rangers saw Mock-Pialuta. Second game of the season. They're kind of a machine here right now in Class A.
Yep, absolutely. They're the front runner. I think, have they played Sioux Falls Christian? That was a championship game last year, and I can't remember if they've matched up yet this year.
I don't think they've matched up yet. Sioux Falls Christian did come to the Black Hills and got beat by Rapid City Christian in what would be considered, I think, a pretty major upset. So, there's some good basketball being played here at West River with Mock-Pialuta. Rapid City Christian, St. Thomas More has got a really solid ball club. So
yeah,
those in Region 8 were Hill City's playing.
Speaking of Region 8, Landon's got the standings through Thursday, and you can see St. Thomas More leading the way. Rapid City Christian's right there. Josh mentioned it early on that we won last night. Hill City did, so it's 6-6. They're right at 500. Custer's there, lead Deadwood, Hot Springs, and Belle-Fourche to round out the 8A region. What else do we want to look at here, Landon? How about the AA? Just do a quick cruise through there. Spearfish sitting at the 7th seed with 4-2. They're in the Black Hills Conference. Rapid City Stevens, obviously just 25 miles away. They're 8-2.
Yeah, and Sturgis, you see they're sitting at 16. I think that's the next game for the Hill City Rangers, both girls and boys. On Tuesday night, they'll go to Sturgis to play the Scoopers there. So that's the standings. You see some West River teams there in Class AA on the standings. So we got just about a minute to go here before the second half starts. So here's some boys' headlines across South Dakota. Mount Vernon Plankinton's Mason Karst with 16 rebounds versus Platte Gettys, the third most in their school history. Trey Hansen becomes Vermilion's all-time leading scorer. He's quite a player. I know Trey from golf. He's a good golfer too, but obviously a very skilled basketball player down there for the Vermilion Tanagers. West Central without Connor Mebius. I guess I wasn't aware that he was hurt.
Landon said this is game number 4 without him. And then the highlight we really want to get to is Hill City's Zane Messick tied. We joke it's the modern record, right? Because the current leader is Dalton Litch from 1957.
1957.
Scored 60 points.
60 points, yeah.
But in modern times, Taylor Edwards had 42 points at Wall in 2019. And then Zane, tied that Tuesday night playing Bellefouche, scored 42 points. Quite a performance and awesome job. So tip of the hat to Zane Messick. All right, let's get the second half going here. Bulldogs inbound it.
Yeah, they've got the basketball here. That's three-pointer on the way and three-pointer good. So a nice start there by the Rangers. That looks like Cody with the three-pointer for the Bulldogs. Rangers come back. The Bulldogs stay in their man-to-man defense here. Dean gets it over the top to Franzen. That's Andy Franzen. Can't get that layup to go, but she gets her own rebound. Back to Delavue and now to Dean. She gets it into Delavue, posting up strong there. Takes the left-handed shot. Going to be just off the back of the rim. That ball is going to be off of Elena Dean. Good hustle by Dean there, but can't control the basketball, so it'll go over to the Alliance Bulldogs here. So ball inbounded to Lonick. Lonick's going to be fouled there by Franzen, so just a little overly aggressive on Franzen.
Yeah, that'll be 3 fouls on Franzen, and she thought she had a jump ball. It was close, but that'll be her 3rd foul. And if you're Alliance here, this is exactly how you want to start. You come down, you hit a 3, you get a stop at this end, and now you get to attack that Ranger press if you can take care of the ball. Nice
Better
ball
job there by
movement.
the Bulldogs breaking the press. Lonick gets the ball into Bailey. Bailey back to Lonick. Nice ball fake by Lonick. Tries to get it into the post there and going to be tied up. And this jump ball will be turned over to the Rangers.
Nice read by Daryl Franson as Lonick was trying to bounce past one to the elbow as the Alliance player was sliding to the rim. So the Rangers will tie it up. They'll come back the other way.
Franzen. Over to Franzen. Now Dean with the basketball. Gets it into Ginsbaugh in the post. Ginsbaugh turns over her right shoulder. Can't get it to go, but that rebound is taken down by Delavaux. Franzen. Layup no good. Going to be a push there, I think, on Ginsbaugh.
So the Rangers have come up empty the first couple possessions, but they're getting really good shots at the rim. I like the patience they're showing on offense, really being intentional about going inside. We haven't seen a lot of that this year.
Yeah, and I said that in the first half. They're being very intentional. That's going to be the 4th foul there called on Andy Franzen. So I think she'll have to check out of the ball game here. 13 foul on the Rangers, just a couple minutes into the ball, not even a minute into the third quarter here. So have to be careful. You don't want to put the Bulldogs at the free throw line too early for the quarter. And the Bulldogs with a nice opportunity here to try to chip into that lead, get under that 10-point lead if they can get a bucket here.
And there'll be another foul on the Rangers. That'll be on Delavue, and that will send Bailey to the line. So Bailey's first one is no good. Bailey was 7 points here tonight, leading the way for the Alliance Bulldogs. That foul was on Delavue. That's 2 on her. Second free throw is no good, brought down by the do-it-all Ranger, Lily Ham. Dean off to the races, kicks to Franson. Corner 3 is no good.
Nice hustle by Franson to keep it alive for the Rangers. Now Ginsbaugh is going to take the long 3. That one's off. There's Ham over to her sister Ham. So Lily Ham keeping the ball alive for the Rangers again. Gets it over to Macy, who puts down that left-hand layup. Now the Bulldogs turn that over.
I thought it was funny. We were just bragging on the Rangers for being going inside out, and then we launch a couple threes right off the bat. But we eventually the Rangers get a shot at the rim and extend that lead back to 13 points.
Yeah, and the Bulldogs had done a really nice job of handling the press thus far this half until that possession. Just got a little bit sped up again. So Ginsbaugh trying to post up again. Skip pass over to Ham here. Ham gets it into Ginsbaugh. Ginsbaugh's shot is on the way and up and good. So,
yeah, Nia Ginsbaugh 7 points tonight. And just showing a different dimension of her game. You know, when I think of Nia, typically it's, you know, pulling up behind the three-point line. And steal there by the Rangers. Franson off to the races. Shot is up and good. So, yeah, a couple quick buckets for the Rangers.
You say a different element for Ginsbaugh, and really a different element for the Rangers, which I kind of really like, that they're just trying to get that ball, play everything through the post, and it's really being effective for them this evening. So, you know, we've got a lot to go in this ball game, but something I think they can kind of take advantage of for the rest of the season here. Dean up the court quickly, and she gets the layup to go. Hill City stretch that lead out to 19 points. Just 3 minutes into the third quarter. I think just shot or a stop play to get a shoe tied here.
Really nice throw ahead there by Franson. She got the rebound on the block underneath the Alliance side and dribbled to half court, then threw a bounce pass, which is sometimes harder to handle, harder to throw. Dean collected it and went in and scored a layup. Now,
their nice job there by the Bulldogs of breaking the press. Now let's see if they can set up their offense and get a good one here, which they do. Up and in there by Bailey. So
9 points tonight for Brooks Bailey for the Bulldogs.
Ginsbaugh with a deep three-pointer on the way, and that one falls for Nia Ginsbaugh. That was like the Caitlin Clark from the logo almost.
10 points for Ginsbaugh tonight. Cody the other way tries to answer, no good. And Dean off to the races. Finds Ham in the post, checks over her shoulder. The Rangers will organize. Mismatch there in the post.
Yeah, pretty good defense there, but Ham gets the ball over to Dean. Dean can't get that shot to go. Now the Bulldogs Krajcek over to Bailey and knocked out of bounds there by Franzen. Stay with the Bulldogs. Demi Schreier's going to check into the ball game for Nia Ginsbaugh.
And for Alliance, it'll be number 31, Benzel, checking into the game, as well as number 12, Shrewsbury.
Shrewsbury with the basketball, guarded by Franzen. And Dean almost makes the steal there, but it's controlled by Armstrong. Armstrong's shot going to be blocked by Ham.
Looked like the Harlem Globetrotters there. Throw it off Demi's back. Elena gets it. Back to Demi. Travel.
the end part there maybe wasn't the Harlem Globetrotter part. But.
So over halfway through this third quarter, the Rangers have extended the lead to 20. And remember, in South Dakota, 30-point is a running clock. So I'm sure that's something that Coach Eckert's looking forward to, striving to get to. And ball's tipped around the perimeter, and finally Dean corrals it. She's off to the races, and again, we've talked about how stinking quick she is going the full court. She made that look
Dean
easy.
Makes the steal. Right back up for Dean and gets that one to go too. So 4 really quick points there by Dean, and within about 2 seconds of each other.
13 points on the game for Dean.
Ball comes down in the corner. Bailey going to be fouled on the play by Macy Ham. Bailey's had a nice game here for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, she's been really aggressive, hasn't she?
Yeah, gets to the baseline well and has been able to score around the rim.
Yeah, and Ham, you know, she was in the right position. It's just if you watch her hands, instead of going straight up, she was kind of forward, and Bailey went up into her, and that's an easy call for the referees.
That's what I was just going to say. Even, you know, Bailey really did a nice job of drawing that foul. Like you said, Macy was not in that bad of guarding position, but when the offensive, you know, initiates that contact and you're just out of position, it's going to be a foul usually. So she can't get the free throw, second free throw to go. Dean now over to Vanna Clausen, who just checked into the ball game.
Good back cut there by Franson. Nice find by Ham. That looked like good offense there, Josh.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, great back cut by Franzen. Then Lily, with her eyes up, just found her.
Almost the same play. I mean, Schreier was a little bit more turned on that one, but the fact that she wasn't straight up and straight down, Bailey's doing a really good job of drawing contact. That's 2 fouls now on Schreier.
Bailey's first free throw up and good.
Bailey with 11 points here tonight. She's been to the line 10 times, or 10 free throws.
Quickly up the Rangers come on that sideline break, get it into Ham. Ham with the left-handed, can't get that one to go. And rebounded there by Shrewsbury for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs just get it across the timeline, and then Rangers tie it up. It's going to stay here with the Bulldogs. Benzel to trigger it in, gets it into Armstrong there. Armstrong guarded by Franzen.
Rangers in a zone. That 2-3 shark zone.
Three-pointer on the way, and good there by Reese Armstrong. So pulls the Alliance Bulldogs back to within 20 points here. Vanna Clausen over to Franzen. Rangers look to organize, get it into Franzen. Franzen shots on the way, and she's going to be fouled there by Bailey. Kind of the same thing that Bailey's been doing on the other side of the court. Franzen just goes into that contact, and she'll earn a trip to the free throw line.
Yeah, so Daryl Franzen, 6 points tonight. She has 4 here in the third quarter, make it 5 right now. Just for the record, we are still undecided on whether a lane violation counts as a shot attempt.
We got
Wendy Simmons sent it to me, her screenshot that says, yes, it is a shot attempt. Josh, his AI isn't as smart because it said the other thing.
Yeah, so we have
I'm
two
going to
different
trust Wendy.
AIs that have said 2 different things. So if anybody is the expert.
I mean, it has to count. It's a shot attempt. Ball's going to be turned over, go back the other way. 22 point for
It's not a shot attempt. I mean, just think
it's a
when you
free
get
throw
fouled.
attempt.
When you get fouled, it's not a shot attempt, right? On a shot.
You're in that scenario. It is, but you go to the line to shoot 2.
How can you penalize a player that made a shot and said it's a missed free throw if it was a lane violation on their teammate?
It just doesn't seem right, but that's the rules, Josh. Ball comes back the other way for Alliance.
I don't think it is the rule. So we'll agree to disagree. The Rangers stay in that 2-3 zone.
They really extend the weak side here. 22 is open for the Bulldogs, and she's going to pull that rebound down almost, and Franson gets it.
Now
throws it ahead
to Dean. Dean to the races, gets it up and in. So
Yes.
the Rangers stretch that lead to 24 points here. Just under a minute left to play here in the third quarter.
Nice third quarter by Dean, 8 points. She has 15 in the game. Franson's going to reach in.
Lonick with the basketball. Gets it over to Bailey. Shot from the elbow, looked good from this angle, but just short. But she's going to Lonick will earn a trip to the free throw line here to shoot a pair. That foul's going to be on Daryl Franzen, her first. Team's 5th, so the Bulldogs will be shooting the double bonus, any foul here for the rest of the period.
Armstrong checking into the game for the Bulldogs. She'll check in for Krejci. Lonick shooting her second free throw. It's up and just short, and Ham pulls down the rebound, throws it ahead to Schreier onto the run, and Elena Dean did the old stand by the bench, and they didn't know she was back there, got a layup.
it was funny because she was laughing about it because I think coach told her, hey, hide down there, and it worked out. When she was dribbling the basketball, she had a big grin on her face, able to score the 2-point basket. Now 5-4. Gets it into Lily Ham, who scores at the buzzer. So another good quarter for the Hill City Rangers. They stretched their lead to 28 points here. They lead 59-31 after 3.
Yeah, what a big quarter there for Dean. She's scored 10 points. She's got 17 in the game. 8 points for Franson. Daryl Franson's having a really nice game. 14 for Lillingham. And 10 for Nia Ginsbaugh, who hit the Caitlin Clark three-pointer.
Yeah, so 59-31. Obviously, if you're the Alliance Bulldogs, really what you want to do now in this fourth quarter is, I mean, when we were coaching, you probably want to set a goal, right? Let's chip away at the lead. Let's try to win the fourth quarter, right? Let's try to win the fourth quarter. If we can, come back a little bit at a time, get within maybe 20 points with 6 minutes left to go. Try to get, within 10 points with 3 minutes left to go and give yourself a chance. But first of all, what you want to do is say, let's win the fourth quarter, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great point. And if you're Rangers, I'm sure Coach Eckert's saying they're at 31. Typically teams have a defensive goal. For us, when we were coaching, it was between 40 and 44, right? And so I'm sure she's saying, hey, they're at 31. Let's keep them under 40 points or under 41 points for the game. So, a lot of times we'd say, hey, we shouldn't even have to score again. Certainly you want to, but let's really focus on our defense. Let's get after it.
Yeah, and the Rangers start out with Wildman in the ball game here at the point guard spot. Gets the ball into Ham. Ham back out to Ginsbaugh. Wildeman now with the basketball. She's getting some good, solid minutes here on the varsity squad. Back into Ginsbaugh. Ginsbaugh shot just going to be short. Rebounded there by Armstrong, and Armstrong bring the ball into the front court for the Bulldogs. Guarded by Wildeman. Delavue just a little bit late, and she's going to catch Lonick on the arm there. So that'll be a foul on Delavue. Team's first, her third foul.
Yeah, Alliance has been really strong with the ball, haven't they, Josh? The Rangers have kind of got sloppy defensively reaching in, and Alliance has really been strong with it. 3 fouls on Delavaux, as Josh said.
Yeah, good post entry there. Just Lily Ham just quick enough to knock that away. It looked like there was going to be an opportunity for Bailey to get a wide open one. Shot there, it's going to be just long by Benzel, and the Rangers come down with the rebound. Wildeman with the basketball in the front court. Looks like the Bulldogs stay in their man-to-man. Bailey's going to take that one away and bring the ball up the court itself. Hill City Rangers hustle back. So Lonick over to Krajcek. Krajcek shot going to be tied up underneath. That ball is going to stay with the Bulldogs. So Bailey will trigger it in. Rangers stay in this 2-3 zone on the out of bounds. Another jump ball there. That'll give the ball back to the Rangers. 6:50 to go left here in the ball game. The 28-point lead for the Rangers. No score in the fourth quarter to this point.
So Wildeman brings the ball across the Smoky logo here at half court. Goes over to Ham, and
Delavaux back to Wildeman.
there's the
Up to
America's
Ham.
play. I was thinking,
There's
and we've
Ginsbaugh
seen that
from the
play
corner.
before.
Can't get it to go, but there is Lily Ham, and she can't get it to go, but Macy Ham's going to come down with the offensive rebound and going to be fouled on the play.
Did you see how high Lily Ham was on that rebound? Her head was halfway up the net.
Yeah, we talk about it all the time. Her athleticism is just kind of on a different level than most of the girls on the basketball court. Just a sophomore. Excited to see what she can do as she continues her career here at Hill City. Wildeman gets the ball into Ginsbaugh, and that ball's going to be turned over. Benzel.
Nice job of weaving
all the
her
way
way
to the
down
rim
the
and
court.
gets it to go. So
that
yeah.
was like a dribbling drill. She went right, left, right, back to the left, and finished at the rim. Good job by Benzel.
Yeah, so we talked about win the quarter right now. The Bulldogs are doing that. Haven't allowed the Rangers to score yet here in the fourth quarter, 2 minutes in. Ginsbaugh over to Wildeman. Thinks about it. Now Delavue from the top of the key takes the three-pointer, going to be short. There's the rebound by Lillingham, and she gets it up and in.
16 points tonight for Lily, and it ties at 2-2 in the fourth quarter, right, Josh?
That's right. And Lillingham, you know, probably 8 of those points have come on the offensive rebounds. Going to be stole there on the cross-court pass by Ginsbaugh. Ginsbaugh gets to the rim, going to be deep. Rebounded by Ham, can't get it to go. Now you want to be careful if you're Ginsbaugh to not get that frustration foul. There's Lillingham with the steal over to Ginsbaugh. Ginsbaugh's going to be fouled and go to the free throw line. Foul's going to be called on Reese Armstrong. Hill City's going to make a line change here, all 5 coming out. First free throw is off the mark.
So we said Ginsbaugh with 10 points tonight, and the line change. Here comes Dean, Franson, Veneklassen, and Schreier's waiting at the table to check in if Ginsbaugh makes this one. Second one is on the way, and it is good. So 11 points as Ginsbaugh checks out. And looks like the press is off. Alliance will inbound the ball with Brooks, Bailey. Benzel brings it across half court. 2-3 zone for the Rangers. Weak side is open there if somebody dives in. There's a skip.
Lonick over to Benzel. Benzel's three-pointer going to be off the mark. Going to be tipped out of bounds by Veneklassen. Possession will stay with the Bulldogs. Shot clock reset. 4:57 left to go in the ball game. The 29-point lead for the Rangers. So Bailey's going to inbound. It's Armstrong with the basketball. Rangers fall back into this 2-3 zone. Going to be a kick, I think. Yep. Bulldog basketball. Bailey will trigger it in for the Bulldogs. Gets it into Armstrong. Bailey posting up. Skip pass over to Lonick. Lonick gets it into Benzel. Nice interior pass to Bailey. She's blocked by Schreier. Foul's going to be called on the Bulldogs. Foul's going to be called on Bailey. Her third. Team's third here in the fourth quarter. So Dean will bring the ball into the front court for the Rangers.
And Rangers just 1 point away from that running clock. Dribble weave, ball moves around. I just feel like there's better motion, better fluidity. Nice pass, great set. I don't know if that was a design set or if it just happened organically,
Yeah,
but nice
really
job
good
by
cut
Schreier.
there by Schreier, and really good find by Dean. So 31-point lead. The clock will run now for the Rangers. Three-pointer on the way. Going to be just off the mark there. That shot was by Krajcek. Dean over to Franzen. Franzen into Schreier. Schreier is going to be fouled on the play by Bailey, so that will be Bailey's fourth foul. Looks like we're going to have a few subs come in here.
Yeah, Leah Peters set to check in. Her sister Jalen suffered a little shoulder injury last night in Phillips, so she's sitting in street clothes. We'll get you the numbers for the Alliance girls to check in here in just a second. Schreier's first one is up and good.
Looks like Andy Gerard will be one, and Aubrey Shrewsbury. Schreier, second one on the way, and good. So Bailey inbounds to Basil. Basil quickly up the court to Shrewsbury. Shot's going to be just off the mark there. Armstrong And here comes Franzen. Franzen quickly up the court to Schreier. Gets the two-pointer to go.
So a couple quick points for Schreier. 6 here in the quarter, 8 in the game. 68-33 lead for the Rangers.
All right, Bailey gets into the paint. Going to be fouled there by Schreier. Bailey's done a nice job of getting herself to the free throw line, drawing those fouls. She's not the tallest of players, but really done most of her work there on the interior. 5'6" junior. First free throw is up and good.
13 points for her. This will be her 12th free throw attempt in the game. So you're right, Josh. She's done a great job of drawing contact, being aggressive, attacking the rim. That one's up and good. So 14 points for her tonight.
Yeah, and she shoots it well from the free throw line also. So Franzen now brings the ball into the front court. Over to Andy Franzen. Rangers going to reset here. Venna Clausen. Over to Peters. Gets the ball inside to Schreier. Schreier puts the left-hand shot way off the backboard, but rebounded by Franzen. Andy Franzen also off the backboard. Going to be, almost steals it away from Armstrong, but gets the ball up the court to Bailey. Going to be a turnover. I don't know, from here it almost looked like went off the Ranger player, but
Wildeman and Ham checking into the game. The two Franzen sisters will go to the bench. 2:11 left here in the fourth quarter. Wildeman comes across half court to Venna Clausen. Rangers cut through.
Peters over to Schreier. Backdoor to Ham. Ham's left-handed shot doesn't go. It's going to go over to the Alliance Bulldogs.
A couple more new players check in. That's going to be number 3. Go for it, Josh.
Mazanek. And number 20, Riley Norris for the Bulldogs. Shrewsbury. Into Gerard. Shot up and going to be just off the mark by Armstrong, but comes down with her own rebound here. Three-pointer on the way by Mazanek. Going to be taken down there by Wildeman of the Rangers. Wildeman looks to push. She pulls the ball out. Minute 5 left to play in the ball game. The Rangers lead by 33. And that shot won't go. Nice defense there by the Bulldogs. Ham can't get it to go, and now the other way comes Armstrong. Good pump fake there. Can't shake Wildeman quite, though. Now Shrewsbury into Armstrong. Armstrong. Shot off the mark and rebounded there by Venna Clausen of the Rangers. Now Wildeman's going to bring the ball up the court for the Rangers. Under 30 seconds left to go in this one. Down into Schreier. Schreier's shot is up and good.
Schreier with 8 points here in the fourth quarter, so she had a nice quarter. 10 in the game.
See if the Bulldogs can get a shot off here. 4 seconds left to go in the ball game. And Rangers steal it away, and Wildeman is just going to hold it. So that'll do it here from Coach Ginn's court in Hill City. The Rangers beat the Alliance Bulldogs 70-35 in this one. After a real tight first quarter, 1-point lead for the Rangers. The Rangers kind of found their rhythm, like we said, offensively. Their defense picked up, and they kind of stretched this one out to beat the Bulldogs 70-35. Bulldogs, like we said, a very young team, 2 juniors, 3 freshmen in their starting lineup. You know, they're a team that really looks like they're building for the future.
Yeah, for the Bulldogs, Brooks Bailey led the way with 14 points, 6 for Cody, 6 for Armstrong, 4 for Lonick, 2 apiece for Benzel and Adams, and 1 point for Krajcek.
So 7 players in the scorebook. That's a good if you're a Bulldogs fan to see that ability for more than a couple girls
you're
to score.
crowding me here. Take a step this way.
Sorry.
Okay.
I was
We're
trying to get
zoomed
to the
in,
middle
Landon.
of the camera. Yeah.
Okay. one thing that we like to do, if you're watching, joining us, you've never seen us before, at the end of the game, we give out a fake game ball. It is not real.
Nope.
It's mythical.
It's mythical, not real. And I don't know how mythical it is. It's mythical to us, I guess. So we like to start for the Alliance Bulldogs. I'll go first. My game ball is going to go to Bailey. I thought she did a real nice job. Like I said, she's not the tallest player. Got to the paint, was able to get to the free throw line, led the Bulldogs in scoring.
Yeah, that's a good choice. I'm going to double down Brooks Bailey. 14 points, led the Bulldogs. Had a really nice game.
All right, and on the other side, you didn't go
I
through the
didn't
scoring
know.
yet.
Elena Dean, 17 points, 16 for Lily Ham, 10 for Schreier, 10 for Ginsbaugh, 9 for Macy Ham, 4 for Macy Ham, 8 for Daryl Franson, and 2 for Delavu.
Yeah, so quite a few choices there, I think, for the Rangers. You have 4 girls that score in double figures. Tonight, I am going to give my mythical fake game ball to Elena Dean. I thought she really sparked them there in the third quarter. Got out, was able to run, made some real nice passes, and got some easy ones in transition.
It's a great choice. I'm going to go Lily Ham. I just thought when she came in, the game turned, right? And so she does so many good things around the rim, rebounding, finishing. So any of those options were good choices.
Yeah, like I said, 4 players in double figures. You can never complain about that. I thought the Rangers did a really nice job. We talked about it throughout the ball game of trying to get the ball into the post, work inside out. Some of the best offense I think that I've seen them play this year.
I feel like the Rangers are starting to click a little bit. I know Landon's going to pull up the remaining schedule for the Rangers, and I think there's some wins. I think the Rangers are peaking at the right time, and as they really attack that last third of the season here, I think there's some victories out there.
Go over 500 for the year, 7-6 now. So they just played the Alliance Bulldogs. On Tuesday, like we said, they go to Sturgis to play a good AA school there, the Sturgis Brown Scoopers, and then go to Wall on the following Thursday to play a Wall Eagle team. And then another Nebraska team comes to Coach Ginn's court on February 3rd there. So a schedule that they played some really solid teams at the beginning of their schedule. We talked about Mott-Pialuta, St. Thomas More, Rapid City Christian, Spearfish,
Sioux Falls
Christian, some really quality opponents there. That's their schedule recap. Never want to look at a schedule and say we've got this win, that one, but the schedule does open up for them a little bit here, and I think they're playing some of their best basketball.
Yeah, I loved what I saw on offense tonight, and then when they really picked up the defensive energy, they look like a formidable team. So kudos to Coach Eckert and getting the girls going in the right direction.
Yeah, so we're going to be off here for a while. Not any home games. I don't believe until February 3rd is the next home game for the Hill City Rangers against the Shadron Cardinals. So, kind of started that just like with the Alliance did the girls. Played Shadron down there last year. Now they come to Coach Ginn's courts. That'll be a doubleheader with both the girls and the boys on February 3rd.
All right, well, with that, thank you guys for joining us today. And Landon, great graphics. Josh, okay, doing broadcasting.
Okay, second or third worst ever probably, but okay. So everybody have a good time out there. Appreciate you tuning in, and we will see you on February 3rd.
And one thing, guys, Wall, you were just talking about how we go to Wall next Thursday. They're up 26-17 in the third quarter against the Custer Wildcats.
Thank you for that insight, Landon. Everybody have a good Saturday afternoon, and we'll see you next time. Good night.